Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast. Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Shravan Shravan is a seasoned professional with a solid grounding in client service and project delivery, exploring opportunities in organizations with long-term data-oriented strategies. He is also experienced as a business analyst in the big data areas like data analytics, visualization, BI, and data warehousing. Over a decade in a variety of roles and responsibilities involving different types of technical and functional skills, he has contributed equally at MNCs and startups. Currently working with a data startup as their client interface with many of their high-volume proposition clients, having led the delivery of multiple projects to phenomenal successes and have been effective in account management and account growth with all clients, winning an award for the best VOC. Prior to this, he had worked with a football analytics startup and the PlayStation data team at Sony India. Well, good afternoon, Shravan. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks, Brian. I'm so thrilled to be on the show today. Thanks so much for hosting me. Always exciting to share and learn.
Awesome. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you jumping on at a late hour in the evening, and I'm early in the morning. I know that you're on the other side of the world, but this is amazing. So, Shravan, let's jump into the questions here. You've got quite the career in technology as a data architect, and now you're the director of Gramener. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Sure. And yeah, so that's a question you get asked a lot. But here's the thing, it has a lot of answers. But for me, the one common denominator that's been a constant in my entire career is data. And from the starting of my career, I've been immersed in data. But I started as a data architect, like you mentioned, as a technologist. Now I am at the business side of data. So that has really been a constant factor, and that has enabled me to look at different perspectives from a technological standpoint, from a business standpoint. I've been able to look at different iterations and how consumers across the world use data to make better decisions. I iterate through that process, and hence I think I have a good stead in building these systems that make people more intelligent in terms of decision making, so on and so forth. So that is one. The other thing that has worked for me, of course, is the tribe that you are with. I think a huge part of my being, having seen all these iterations with data and all these avatars, if I may put it, in the data world, is being at the right places at the right times. An example of that would be Gramener in terms of exposure to different consumers across the world. You work across clientele, across natures and geography of clientele, and hence you're able to realize how much data and the systems that you create for them make a difference. And that to me, again, is the second point. And the third is, of course, passion for what you do. And that has been, again, a huge driver. Even if the chips are down, you kind of make something out of it and go with it. So I think these three are something that I would say has worked really well for me. And that, if I may put it, is a secret to the growth, whatever. And being a constant learner has really helped me through my career.
Amazing. I appreciate you sharing your insights and your career journey with our audience. That's most appreciated. So, Shravan, as you know, everybody globally has had to make major shifts to adapt to this new normal, this pandemic. Could you share with us what you're doing to help your organization stay relevant in this economy?
True that. And really, at Gramener, we have kind of aced the art of working remotely, which was necessitated by the pandemic. Working remotely, helping clients. We are concentrated in only 5 places in the world and yet work with 120 plus clients across geographies. So when the pandemic struck, it put us in a good position to continue what we were doing anyways, and but this time with only more vigor, zeal, and purpose, because the situation called for more and more of digitally collaborating. Even if you're not with them physically, you're still able to drive value, advise them on different pieces. So it kind of our second nature at Gramener to work remotely with our customers. But then the other part of that new normal was also that some of our customers who happen to be Fortune 500 names, they're getting finicky about the investments of various transformation initiatives that they were otherwise going to take in the absence of a pandemic. So they were a little finicky about the future. So our job was to kind of help them stay the course by advising them on what areas they can surgically keep costs under control while not hurting their long-term growth. And that is possible only when you are a digitally organized entity. And being in the data field, being in the AI field, being at the cutting edge of all these technologies really helped us stay the course, and of course help our clients also weed off all the negative effects that it has had on the economy, and consultatively educate them on the benefits of going more digital and more data driven, and control their discretionary spends without actually hurting their long term growth. So the pandemic presented really at Gramener, it actually presented us with the opportunity to grow our consulting arm to advise our customers and thereby be a true partner in the gloomy times. I think that's what takes you far. Developing that personal relationships, helping them through the gloomy times is what I think has really helped us. In fact, to sum it up, I think the new normal kind of presented us with an opportunity rather than staying relevant to the fight for staying relevant in this new economy. So I think it was more of an opportunity. I see it that way.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, Shravan. I know it's been very challenging, but I'm glad you guys were all in that position ready to take on this challenge head on. So I appreciate the share on that. And Shravan, are you leveraging any new or emerging technologies within your tech stack? I know you do some geospatial work, and maybe you can talk about that.
Yes, definitely. Geospatial AI capabilities have grown from strength to strength over the last few years. We've been able to create solutions that have a direct impact on city building, making cities more resilient to shocks and stresses of tomorrow or even today, like COVID 19. We recently created a pilot of scalable planning and predictions data and AI tool that enables cities, municipalities, and other stakeholders that are invested in the growth of a city to better evaluate infrastructure projects, mitigate climate risk, and invest effectively in their projects in order for them to be resilient not only to man made shocks, but also making sure they're ready with a host of solutions when disaster strikes, like climate related hazards, ranging from flooding to earthquakes. So that has seen a real uptick, and we are able to solve those problems in a purpose driven way through our geospatial AI capabilities. Apart from that, when it comes to the customer success, we have been able to kind of forge those partnerships with these different entities. So both combined, I think puts Gramener and all of us that are developing these cutting edge technologies to be at the forefront of this revolution that is going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. I think geospatial revolution is coming, and it will take its own relevance while the planet is, we as a planet, as a species, take steps to mitigate the vagaries of climate change, making our cities or even villages smarter and cleaner. So I think Gramener is at the right place at the right time. So we are going to see a boom, and we are going to be happy leading this revolution from the front. So that is one, and we have also beefed up our consulting angle, technology consulting, so to say, which combines what a McKinsey does and probably what a Microsoft does. We combine them both, get the best of both the worlds, and give that to our customers. So our customers are not left fending for themselves. We help them end to end, and hence they do not have to worry one bit about the ancillary stuff. They do what they do best, and we help them do that in a scalable fashion. I think these two are the ones that we're focusing on as an organization, and I think this is the right time and exciting times, and looking forward to making a difference out there.
Amazing. I have a lot of guests that, we work with the latest technology around artificial intelligence, but the fact that you all are using that and leveraging it within your geospatial space is just simply amazing, and can't wait to get this information out to our listeners. So thanks again, Shravan. And last one, Shravan, can you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career in either technology or leadership?
For sure. And thanks for putting this question. And even if it helps one person out there, I'll be the happiest person. I'd like to start by saying that no matter what you're doing in technology or you're being an entrepreneur, one thing that has to be there is the passion for your craft or the field that you're in. And really willing to go the distance in the area of your liking will take you farther than pursuing something that you only like the concept of. There are a lot of examples that people are very enamored with the concept of running a company or being the next Mark Zuckerberg, but they're not willing to put the effort of being there. I mean, process, right? You only hear in the news about the venture capitalists putting in the money and you being a sudden hero, right? But that is only a part of the story. Behind the scenes, there's an entire amount of millions of heartbreaks, and high threshold for pain, millions of those blur moments, all of that. I think a combination of passion, and I think with passion follows the endurance to be willing to put the efforts, is what will take you in any field of your choice. For specifically for people who are pursuing technology, I think technology is an enabler to do things at a faster pace and do so scalably. But really, technology makes a difference where you start to disrupt something or solve a problem. I think that has to be at the center of any technology that is being created. If it is not solving the problem, I think it's going to be extinct in no time. So, having said that, people who pursue their career in technology or looking to grow in technology, I think have to be passionate about it and being able to solve problems, learn very quickly, and not be too rigid on only the tools and look at technology only as an enabler, but solving problems, looking for that next problem to be solved is at the center of it. And so is entrepreneurship, right? It's a different animal altogether. If you, again, have a problem to be solved, you have a reason to be there in the market of your choice again, while all is falling apart, the passion for solving that problem will take you farther, no matter what happens when the chips are down. So I think while enduring all these heartbreaks, celebrating the small wins, and be really, really passionate and be willing to put in that effort is what I will, leave the message as for being successful in any of these technology or entrepreneurship. The rest, I think, will fall in place for everyone.
Shravan, I appreciate you sharing those insights with our audience. I know that'll be very helpful for somebody out there. I really do appreciate it. And Shravan, it was a pleasure having you on today. I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Absolutely. It was wonderful being here on the show today. Looking forward to having more conversations with you, Brian.
Bye for now.